Bearcats fans, what is going on? This is Neil Meyer with the Front Office News, and for tonight's episode of our recap, I'm joined with Ryan Roberts from the Riverfront Cincy here at Allen Fieldhouse in Lawrence, Kansas, as we recap the Bearcats' 74-69 loss to number 7 Kansas. And it was a game where the Bearcats simply willed their way back after an early deficit. Kansas started out 10-2, I believe, a 10-0 run early, and it was not looking pretty for the Bearcats early, to say the least, but they weathered the storm early. They battled all the way back. They finished the first half tied at 35, and I was really impressed with how they weathered the storm and was able to fight back and claw out the Kansas lead early. But overall, unfortunately, the Bearcats fell just short tonight, and it was a deep second half for Kansas, to say the least. And that was because the Bearcats were held without a field goal for what it seemed to be 8 minutes or so, roughly. And then they also had a 4-minute stretch without a field goal. So the Bearcats offense was really struggling to get going in the second half. But if they were able to solidify those runs at one point, stop the bleeding, they might be a different outcome that we were talking about tonight. Cincinnati dominated the boards, something Wes Miller was not happy with over the last 2 games. And you look down, they out-rebound the Jayhawks 40-29, 16-6 on the offensive end. And it was propelled by Aziz Bandego and Victor Locken, who combined for 19 of the 40 rebounds. Victor Locken had 4 offensive rebounds. So great performance there. That was a great sight to see. Overall, Dan Skillings led the Bearcats with, I believe, looking down, it was 16 points. Had a great first half. Had 14 of those 16 in the first half. But overall, the Bearcats just couldn't get anything going in the second half. Steve Lucic had one of his worst shooting nights of the season. Shot just 1 for 9 from the field. And it was something that the Bearcats just desperately needed somebody to step up, but they couldn't get anybody there to fill that void there in the second half. So overall, I know a lot of teams are talking about free throws. Bearcats shoot 18 for 23 from the free throw line tonight. So tonight's issues were not related to free throws, so Bearcats fans, we don't want to hear that one. But overall, it was a great environment here at Allen Fieldhouse. It sold out 17,000 roughly. Ryan, what did you think of the Kansas' performance on this side of things?
Yeah, so I think the Bearcats played well enough to win the game. They limited Hunter Dickinson to 10.6 rebounds. And one of my recaps, I said that, if they want to win, they have to limit Hunter Dickinson. They held him to 0 points in the second half, just 4 rebounds, but they had no answer for Johnny Furphy. The Australian freshman finished with 23 points, 11 rebounds, and really just couldn't stop him. He got a late 3 kind of at the end of the game. That was really a dagger as the shot clock was winding down. You had Kevin McCullough, the Big 12 leading scorer, finished with 20 points to go along with
5 rebounds, 5 assists.
5 rebounds, 5 assists. And then KJ Adams, I felt that they really did a good job on KJ Adams, but he still finished with 11 points as well. As Neil mentioned, rebounding, they dominated Kansas on the boards, 40-29. Kansas isn't a team that's very deep. They rely primarily on forward players, but they limited DeJuan Harris to just 8 points, which is right around what he's averaging on the season. But as Neil mentioned, the scoring droughts, they went from, I believe, the 9:14 mark all the way to the 2:54 mark when Dede Thomas hit a jumper to stop an almost 7-minute scoring drought. When you're playing in an environment like this where the crowd's going crazy, it's loud, the decibels at one point were up over 125. You can feel your table literally shaking. It's just, you got to play better than that on the road. It's very frustrating for Bearcat fans, feeling like you had an opportunity to win, but you go 1 for 7 and then 1 for 10 during a stretch where you're down just 5 points when Kansas goes almost 4 minutes without a field goal. It's just one of those games where in this league you have to play better and take advantage of the opportunities.
Yeah, so that is all from us. We are going to be signing out here from Allen Fieldhouse. We'll have interviews up with Bill Self, DeJuan Harris, Johnny Furphy from the Kansas side, and then from Cincinnati we heard from Wes Miller and Dan Skillings. So give us a couple minutes, the videos will be uploaded to the site. This is Neil Meyer with Ryan Roberts here at Allen Fieldhouse, and we are signing out.